In the tapestry of life, mistakes are the threads that weave our growth and wisdom. As the renowned philosopher Alan Watts once beautifully put it, our errors hold profound lessons that guide us toward a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Welcome, dear viewers, to a journey of introspection and enlightenment. Today, we delve into the profound wisdom of Alan Watts, exploring his timeless quotes on mistakes and their transformative power. Every intelligent individual wants to know what makes him tick, and yet is at once fascinated and frustrated by the fact that oneself is the most difficult of all things to know. Trying to define yourself is like trying to bite your own teeth. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Man suffers only because he takes seriously what the gods made for fun. No valid plans for the future can be made by those who have no capacity for living now. The more a thing tends to be permanent, the more it tends to be lifeless. Try to imagine what it will be like to go to sleep and never wake up. Now try to imagine what it was like to wake up having never gone to sleep. Hospitals should be arranged in such a way as to make being sick an interesting experience. One learns a great deal sometimes from being sick. It's better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way. Meditation is the discovery that the point of life is always arrived at in the immediate moment. Technology is destructive only in the hands of people who do not realize that they are one and the same process as the universe. What we have to discover is that there is no safety, that seeking is painful, and that when we imagine that we have found it, we don't like it. Stay in the center and you will be ready to move in any direction. Muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone. There will always be suffering, but we must not suffer over suffering. One is a great deal less anxious if one feels perfectly free to be anxious, and the same may be said of guilt. Problems that remain persistently insoluble should always be suspected as questions asked in the wrong way. Things are as they are. Looking out into the universe at night, we make no comparisons between right and wrong stars, nor between well and badly arranged constellations. Tomorrow and plans for tomorrow can have no significance at all unless you are in full contact with the reality of the present. To live and to love, you have to take risks. There will be disappointments and failures and disasters as a result of taking these risks. But in the long run, it will work out. The more we struggle for life as pleasure, the more we are actually killing what we love. Here's the vicious cycle. If you feel separate from your organic life, you feel driven to survive. Survival, going on living. Thus becomes a duty and also a drag because you are not fully with it, because it does not quite come up to expectations. You continue to hope that it will, to crave for more time, to feel driven all the more to go on. For unless one is able to live fully in the present, the future is a hoax. There is no point whatsoever in making plans for a future which you will never be able to enjoy. When your plans mature, you will still be living for some other future beyond. You will never be able to sit back with full contentment and say, "Now I've arrived." Your entire education has deprived you of this capacity because it was preparing you for the future instead of showing you how to be alive now. If the universe is meaningless, so is the statement that is so. If this world is a vicious trap, so is its accuser, and the pot is calling the kettle black. Paradoxical as it may seem, the purposeful life has no content, no point. It hurries on and misses everything. Not hurrying, the purposeless life misses nothing, for it is only when there is no goal and no rush that the human senses are fully open to receive the world. But you cannot understand life and its mysteries as long as you try to grasp it. Indeed, you cannot grasp it, just as you cannot walk off with a river in a bucket. If you try to capture running water in a bucket, it is clear that you do not understand it and that you will always be disappointed. For in the bucket, the water does not run. To have running water, you must let go of it and let it run. To have faith is to trust yourself to the water. When you swim, you don't grab hold of the water, because if you do, you will sink and drown. Instead, you relax and float. We must abandon completely the notion of blaming the past for any kind of situation we're in and reverse our thinking and see that the past always flows back from the present. That now is the creative point of life. So you see, it's like the idea of forgiving somebody. You change the meaning of the past by doing that. Also, watch the flow of music. The melody as it is expressed is changed by notes that come later. Just as the meaning of a sentence, you wait till later to find out what the sentence means. The present is always changing the past. There is only this now. It does not come from anywhere. It is not going anywhere. It is not permanent, but it is not impermanent. Though moving, it is always still. When we try to catch it, it seems to run away, and it is always here and there is no escape from it. And when we turn around to find the self which knows this moment, we find that it has vanished like the past. To remain stable is to refrain from trying to separate yourself from pain because you know that you cannot. Running away from fear is fear. Fighting pain is pain. Trying to be brave is being scared. If the mind is in pain, the mind is in pain. The thinker has no other form than his thought. There is no escape. Your body does not eliminate poisons by knowing their names. To try to control fear or depression or boredom by calling them names is to resort to superstition of trust and curses and invocations. It is so easy to see why this does not work. Obviously, we try to know, name, and define fear in order to make it objective. That is, separate from I.